shit right about now. Stay tuned and find out on next week's episode whether or not J-Town and the Wrecking Crew had to buy the McDougal's a brand new 3 seasons room, or if they skated by on their good looks and bumping uglies with Lady Luck yet again. Just kidding. Let's jump back in right.
So I can relate to this big time. And sometimes, guys, like, even if you're not going to do a big job or something major, the trip there can be golden footage.
We're chipping into the dump trailer and we got, there's our steak we're eating. We probably could have flopped this sucker,
like
but the homeowners don't necessarily want it flopped out here into the
like a Norway
zone,
spruce.
So we're gonna flop it on a smaller scale, I guess.
Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna have to stop you right there a sec, J-Money. We got to remind the folks at home now that any old dumbass can put a rope in a tree and tie it to a beat-up old Chevy and pull it on over. But it takes a real special kind of dumbass to wear the J-Bizzles, saddle and spurs, and love on a tree like y'all are about to witness. Plus, it's funner this way.
Pieces.
I agree with that. I get asked all the time, why didn't you just flop it? Why didn't you just flop it? Well, what if that customer paid for a professional service and they don't want a bunch of holes in their yard? You set yourself apart by being able to do what's done here.
And then probably pull the tops into this rough zone here in the driveway.
And
a little bit less chaos, you know, and then probably pull the big...
Look at all the snow all over the ground.
Stubbling.
When you gotta rake stuff up in the snow, that sucks. This should keep it much smaller.
Shout out to the wrecking crew on the ground. First off, you got Mike, Frizzleflop, Frizzell. He's the commander-in-chief at Patriot. Then you got his sidekick, Bare Knuckle Bobby. Some folks call him Robert for short, but they don't say it to his face, else they find out why his name is Bare Knuckle Bobby. And then a little later, showing up fashionably late,
they're rigging off of a
Josh riding on the rope,
rock exotica.
That's Patriot's newest full-time climber. But alrighty.
Looks like the tree's kind of over the house, over the porch. Yeah, look at that little area that they're going to be able to keep the debris into instead of having to rake all that snow up. See if we get the awesome right there. Now, did you see right there, if you look, the fast cut is a technique that a lot of guys don't know, and it is, you have that piece there. Now, if you start to come down into that piece like this, then you have potential flex, and to where to peel and do all that stuff. Coming down right here, that halfway mark, you're in the flex zone, kind of to where things start to give and move. Now, if you come at that cut like this, and then say, voop, or sometimes even just hitting that side, hitting it from the side, you'll get a cut to where that branch will stay flat and come down instead of it going and then falling, but, you know, nose first and then butt diving back into something. So the fast cut, that technique of instead of just going cutting on top and letting it peel over, you hit it from the side and you shoot through, and that'll allow you to keep that branch flat and be able to land it, and it's, you know, same coordinates as it's up in the tree. It's coming just straight down. Not a lot of movement or guessing of where it's going to hit. Saw sounds good. there. I gotta make my way up to Mike and go see him. Yeah, little bundle action. I dig it. It's got that half hitched off, and it works so nice. Bundle, yeah.
Well, folks, let's speed it up a bit. Joshman and the boys of Patriot continued to rig down 4-piece bundle packs of spruce McNuggets in preparation to pull the 2 tops down.
Yeah, apparently it is spruce.
Giving it the haircut necessary to pull that big sweaty trunk on over with the Frizzle Floptown, USA.
You'll notice on the limbs, he'll make his cut out instead of back here where it meets the tree. He'll make his cut out here a lot of times. That you have your ropes in here a lot of times, and you'll get the grain is different here. You get a lot more peel action when you come closer to the trunk and it wants to hold. So you get a smaller cut out here too. You know, the diameter of the limb's a lot smaller, and you can do your cuts a lot easier. I preferred 90% of the time to make my cuts out here and then take the stub off, kind of like he does. Say that now he makes his cuts all the way in. Figures. But he's away from his ropes now, you can see. On a different section of the tree. Got that 460 one now, I think. Yeah, I'm different. I prefer to, if I can avoid it, I never want to use a back-handled saw up in the tree. I hate it. Just not my style. I try to avoid it at all costs.
Well, folks, things ain't looking too good for Joshman and the boys of Patriot right about now. Stay tuned and find out on next week's episode whether or not J-Town and the Wrecking Crew had to buy the McDougalls a brand new 3 Seasons room, or if they skated by on their good looks and bumping uglies with Lady Luck yet again. Yeah, just kidding. Let's jump back in right now.
You jerk. Ooh.
Well, folks, that was a close call.
That was a close one.
No harm, no foul, as Joshman always likes to say. At first, J-Town and the boys were scratching their heads as to why that dirty little biscuit decided to pop off at almost 90 degrees from the intended lay. But after some time and some real deep thinkings, Detective J-Man realized he initially intended to send the top off at a 45 towards the chipper, and that's where he routed the rope. He realized since they decided it'd be better to pull it more directly opposite of the house, that the rope had now wrapped under some limbs, creating a new and awkward pull direction that gave it both downward and side pull. The lesson here, folks, is always shoot for clear communication with the crew and to plan out and properly route your rope paths when pulling tops over. Like this, Elson, you could be the ones buying the McDougalls a brand new 3 Seasons room. Alright, folks, now that class is over.
Let me show you guys something real quick here. Okay. Now, leverage when you're pulling on a tree. This is just something I go by. You see the little diagram here. Now, when your angle from your point to where your puller or your pulling device or whatever it is at, now when it's above, it says plus 45 degrees. Now when it's above 45 degrees, a greater than 45, when you start to get to 50, from 45 to 50 to say in any of those where you get a like, you know, a bigger angle here. Now this is where I use the tree to make the angle, but above a 45 you're creating downward force into the trunk and you're not getting the leverage that you need to create the pull you want. Now when you go less than a 45 degree angle, if you look here, that's probably a 35 to maybe 30 degree angle at the base or the bottom picture there, and you're going to get 10 times better leverage there. Plus the further out, as you can see, the guy on the top one is real close to the tree. The further you can get out from it, the better the leverage is, and the leverage angle and the pull angle is better. So you usually when you're pulling on trees, and you know, just in general, whether it be trying to pull the whole tree over or especially a top, you want that long leverage. Usually it just seems to work better, and it eliminates that downward force into the trunk, because when you're pulling down on it, it wants to snap the hinge in the middle and just fall to the side. I think that may have had a little bit to do with what that was. He was saying it was kind of looped in some limbs, which made that angle even greater. So they were running at like I don't know, 60 almost. It looked way worse from his view. But the ground guys up, I would imagine it's probably, you know, that 50 to 60 degree angle on that rope, and that's sketchy. You know, not having the right leverage. But you know what? An inch is worth a mile in this line of work, and no harm, no foul. They cleaned off a gutter. That was it. So, good work, fellas.
And we all did some learning. Let's get this fucking tree down with some proper step forward in its truest raw and unedited
Cut it some more.
form.
Like they're gonna tie to the dingo. Look at the leverage point. It looks less than 45, and they were countering it with overcompensation because it looked like it wanted to go this way, so they overcompensated. That's another way you can do the same thing, but it's kind of hung up under the branches again. But that looks good to me. Damn, that's a huge top, man. For being right next to the porch. Good work. Now, Joshman, you have to tell me, who's this fella? Is that Bare Knuckle Bobby, or? Looks like we got Mike on the ground. Yep, it is. That's my dude. Nice full angle, like out to the redirect. But when you do this is a good Now look where the puller is at. Let's say that had some branches and stuff on it. As it comes over, it crashes. It shoots stuff at the guy if he's over here pulling and anchoring too. But the fact he runs it all the way over to this tree and then back to him, it puts him in a safe spot. He's behind all the action, so keeps him in the safe spot. The cutter, everybody's back here. The action's going to happen out here. So killer setup, real good. I like the quarter wrap at the end of the mini there. Check it out. That's nice. Nice. Good job, guys.
Well, folks, me, Joshman, and Subi would like to thank y'all for coming along on another tree wrecking adventure. If any of y'all suffer from seasonal depression like biscuit-headed Joshman does,
I think a lot of tree guys do.
Feel great about doing tree work again. It revitalizes your spirits for more saw slanging, spur shanking, lumber nugget sending adventures ahead. The end.
As you can see there's a lot of reviews. There's a lot of tree work videos on Joshman's page. It's just funny. Yeah, I mean, you guys got to see that. You've seen how entertaining it was. Do me a favor and get over. Come go watch some of Joshman's videos. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me what you think about this layout and this setup. If you guys enjoy the videos, maybe we do some more, and we'll try to help build a few more channels. So I'm gonna find a screenshot of Joshman's homepage, and in this section right here at the end of the video, when I snap my fingers, that's what you'll see. Maybe I can figure out a link to just get you straight there. Check maybe the comment section. Maybe I could just put it in the comment section. Probably do that. So go check Joshman out. It's Joshman with an exclamation point. Tell him I sent you. And don't forget to tell me what you think about this setup here, and if we should continue with it. Maybe I'll do it after I'm a little more awake next time. So stay safe, guys. I appreciate your time as always. And oh yeah, I'm supposed to snap my fingers.
What is up with the universe?
There.